Ready. All right, welcome. This is Jon from NintenDomain, and we are playing Eternal Champions.
This is Trey and Jon from NintenDomain. This is the game that Jon talked about many a times, about being his big Christmas game that he got. Yes. We're gonna do like a little, little Jon's retro revival, Trey's retro revival thing here. We're just gonna play some of this game. Well, Jon is. We might exchange the controllers, but just wanted to give him a little 1-2, little teaching here on the world of Eternal Champions.
All right. So I'm playing as Xavier, the guy in blue right now, and I am losing spectacularly.
You are.
Because I have not played this in a couple of years.
I was hoping that you would be like the master of this and you would tell me what to do.
You were sadly misinformed on my skills. I was a button masher. I will admit that freely. So a little background. I got this game in Christmas of 1993, I think, maybe 94. But the thing I wanted the most was the activator, the Sega activator. And you know, when you're a kid, you hone in on one gift that you want the most, and you ask your parents for it again and again and again. And
repetition wins the day.
Repetition wins, and you know that's the one you're going to get. Mm-hmm. So for me, that year, it was the Sega activator. And
are you still playing Slash? Like, what's the?
No. I'm Xavier, and I am losing again and again.
I was like, why are you still playing? Like, shouldn't you have beat this guy by now?
I should.
Do you have to? Is it on easy mode? Have you changed it yet?
I have no idea. Maybe I should put to easy mode, but maybe the game should automatically sense how many years it's been since you've played the game and have some mercy on you.
This game looks all right. I think I got it for $3 from Live Action Games and in Champaign, but
I think it's worth more.
It looks all right.
I like this game a lot.
Well, I'm sure it's worth more, but I bought it for $3, which I'm not going to argue with that. That's a pretty awesome deal.
You got a deal. I think it's a pretty solid fighting game. When I got it for Christmas, I got it with the Sega activator. It was the thing I wanted the most. And for those of you who don't know what the activator is, it was basically this ring that you stand in.
It's like the U-Force kind of, or the G-Force, wherever it was called.
Yeah, it was like a cross between the U-Force and the power pad. You stand inside it, and you wave your hands and feet over it. It'll register a different button, A, B, or C, based on whether you're waving your hands, which is, far above the panel, or your foot below the panel. It can recognize the high or low, movements or whatever. And you stand inside this ring, you look ridiculous, and you wave your hands and feet around and play Eternal Champions or whatever Genesis game you want to play. But the game that was really advertised with it, and the game that was actually packaged with it, was Eternal Champions. So that's how I came into this game. And when I was maybe in 5th grade, I was 12 years old, I got Eternal Champions, and I was playing it with the Sega activator at first. Then I realized the activator was a piece of junk, basically, and I put that aside and got my controller out. So yeah, I was always, I'll freely admit it, I was a button masher on this game. I never learned the controls. It was just fun,
Were you a button masher because you had the activator and you felt like you didn't have to learn any moves?
Yeah, exactly. All I had to do was some karate kicks, and I was pretty sweet at karate, so I was quite confident that I would win.
Were you in karate when you were a kid?
Not at all. I just had the natural skills,
Because I was in karate. I made it to yellow belt.
You were. I never knew that about
you.
But
I was sick for the blue belt trial, so me being the terrible kid that I was, I gave up after that because I didn't want to wait for another blue belt trial. But I could have made it to blue if I would have stuck around with it for long enough. But you losing to this guy over and over again is making me sad. Can you? Do you have to reset the game to get back to the menu or whatever? You probably do.
Know.
This is an old school game.
Maybe.
Because that might upset the stream that we have here going. But
sorry to disappoint.
Didn't really think about that.
Confident in my Eternal Champion.
Well, if you lose on this one, let me give it a go.
All right.
So I'm saying, let me try it out. Even though I'm sure there's better looking guys than this staff wielding lame-o here.
Okay, so one more caveat here that maybe explains my poor skills.
I don't have the 6 button.
Yeah, the 6 button.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That's the thing that I relied on mostly, so I never really used the 3 button. I used the 6 button. Oh, here we go. I gotta... Oh, man. I didn't die. Does that count?
It's true, you didn't.
I didn't die.
So there's no game over in this, is what you're saying? Like it never takes you back to the title? Like you just have to keep playing the same guy forever until you... Because even like Mortal Kombat 1, like you could get a game over and then you'll go back to the title screen and then you can start again, you know?
I don't know. You know, I think basically you die and maybe you go back to the first guy. I don't remember.
No, I mean, but you've been dying and just keep fighting Slash here, who kind of looks like Beastman from He-Man. But
Slash is like a cross between Beastman and Blanca. Slash is definitely the Blanca of Eternal Champions.
So he can shock you? That's what you're saying?
I don't know. He's just like he was the one who kind of drew you in, like, ooh, who's that character? I want to beat that guy. I want to be that guy. Yeah, here you go. I'm going to pass the controller over to Trey.
So I don't understand why it keeps just making you go back to this. It's not fair. It's like this is hell. This is Eternal Champions hell. You can't even pause. Can't do shit. All right, buddy. I got my oh, see, look, I'm already doing moves. Is he already throwing a snake at him there? Got my flipping. Here we go. Yeah, flipping it out. There we go. Flip my staff at him. Oh, don't you flip at me.
This is embarrassing. You're totally winning.
Hey man, I played a lot of fighting games. I know how to like do the jump in, the duck, hit the shins. Like that's how you do it. Now I'm gonna fuck myself over.
This is more Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean,
you're familiar with Street Fighter, right?
I'm familiar with both. I mean, I still have a callus on my thumb from all those years of Street Fighter. I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. I'm excited for whatever it is, the 25th anniversary or 30th anniversary, the new Switch one that's coming out. That has 12 games on it.
Gotta get that.
It'll get more play than the Ultra Street Fighter, or whatever it was, the one that I bought on there that's at the bottom of my list of games. Because, you know, on your games on the Switch, the games that you don't play, those are at the bottom. And at the very bottom is the Street Fighter 2 that came out for it. Which I did play it, but I kept getting my ass handed to me online, so I think I gave up after that. And speaking of giving up, I'm about to get fucked over from Slash here.
Man,
it's so weird that you cannot, like, there's no game over or anything. It's fucking strange as hell. Right? It's just like you're in this perpetual awfulness here of Eternal Champions.
I think what happens is if you lose, you go back to the previous guy.
But you never beat a guy, so we're stuck in this forever. That's basically what it is.
Well, it does look like hell, so maybe, you know.
There's like a fucking thing back there, and whatever you call it. I forgot what
volcano.
Yeah, volcanoes are called.
There you go.
I forgot volcanoes. It's a real quality stream you're watching here.
So there are special moves in this game.
I hope so.
And I've never been able to perform one.
Did you ever do any of the fatalities or whatever they call them on here?
Never. I don't know what they call them, but they are fatalities, basically. I've never been able to perform one. But keep in mind...
Do you still have my phone?
I do. I'm going to look them up right now.
No, it's just, I have it on GameFAQs right now for the moves. So
this will be the first time that I have learned how to play, how to do the fatalities.
You were a bad kid video game player. Like when you were a kid, you weren't like, well, I guess, we're talking about the 90s. The internet probably wasn't available.
Exactly. So I couldn't like look it up anywhere how to do it.
Yeah, but you didn't even go to like
a magazine somewhere.
Yeah. No, we used to do that too, though. We would go to, like, me and my friends, we'd go to a mall. We'd go to, like, the magazine store.
Right.
The bookstore or whatever. And we'd, like, just look through the magazines there and write the codes down on a piece of paper. And then that was that. We didn't buy the magazine because we didn't have the money for it.
But if you were trying to, like, look for a particular game, like, say you were stuck in, I don't know, Eternal Champions, you would have to go to the magazine rack and hope that they had Eternal Champions in some magazine.
Hey,
so
don't do that.
But I was never able to find out how to do these moves, and certainly not the fatalities. So let's see what they are. I know that in this level, slash. The fatality is
You can throw him into the lava?
no. A T-Rex comes and eats you.
What? That's fucked up.
Yep.
That's like War Gods greatness almost. Remember War Gods? That was a 64 game. It was a midway 64 game. It was like, let's try to make Mortal Kombat, but not Mortal Kombat. That's what they're trying to do.
And I remember there was a big deal made about War Gods. I subscribed to GamePro magazine at the time, and it was a 2-page spread in GamePro magazine
About War Gods.
about War Gods, basically saying this is the next great fighting game.
I rented War Gods. I never owned it, but I would like stream that one. Because I remember renting it, and I was like, oh, these fatalities are funny. Like, I went through and, I had the Nintendo Power, so I did all the fatalities.
But I don't recall it being the next great fighting game. As I recall, it was kind of regarded as a dud.
No, I mean, it was not. It was definitely not a great fighting game by any means. But it was, it was the day of, like, 3D fighting games being new.
Right.
So.
There was some novelty to it.
Yeah. I really wish we could like switch this lame-o out, but I feel like if I hit reset, like the stream might get fucked up. I don't know. But it's like it's so weird that we can't just like. This is why Genesis will never be better than Super Nintendo. You can't even get to a game over here. Even if you die, you can't go back to the main screen. That's weird. I understand a lot of games they don't have the option where you can pause and go back to the main screen, or you can't do any of that. But still. There was the possibility of a game over, but this game does not have a game over, which is very strange. Very strange to me.
Well, let's try and figure out some special moves here.
Yes, I won. I won one finally.
You got one.
I turned into a different dude. Look at me. I'm a different guy now. I'm Professor Xavier. But I'm still standing, so I don't think I'm him.
I remember playing this game and thinking Xavier was like the coolest name ever. And I was like, man, I should rename myself Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier
cool
Knitter.
Name. Xavier.
Just call me X.
Anything with an X.
Just call me Xavier X.
Any name with an X is pretty cool. You got an edge above everybody else.
What else are you gonna call yourself other than Xavier?
I don't know.
X-Man.
X.
Zanzibar? No, that's the
Xanadu.
Xanadu, yeah.
Yeah. Xylophone. That's not very cool.
You could call yourself X-Ray Specs. Come on, just get one more hit in there. No, you fucking cheated. You saw that, right? I kicked him in the shin. I totally kicked him in the shin. Didn't work.
The other guy that I liked on here was Larson. He was
last match.
He was the
begin contest.
Sort of like what do you call it? He had the trench coat. He was from the 1930s. The special thing about this game is
so it wasn't before they like banned trenchcoat people because of
the trenchcoat mafia,
because of the shooting and all that. Yeah,
I think Larson was the originator of the trenchcoat mafia.
Yeah, I like the no pants mafia. That was my favorite one. And the diaper mafia, they were cool too.
Trauma.
Yeah, that was from System Toxie. The diaper mafia and the no pants mafia.
All right, so we're gonna pull up Xavier's moves here. I'm gonna give you some hints, or maybe here I'll read these to you.
Okay.
So let's see what we got here.
I don't know if I necessarily believe in a god or not, but if there was like a god and there's hell when we die, that's basically this. Forever, eternal champions, where like you can never have a game over. You cannot reach the reset button. So like you will just be stuck fighting Slash until you die. You'll be fighting Beastman forever. The non Beastman. That's basically what's gonna happen to you. This is basically they were right by putting eternal in the name here, because this is eternal. This is eternal torment is what this is. It's like you could never pick a different guy ever. It doesn't even go to the fucking character choose thing, What the fuck, man? Sega, what were you thinking? I mean, I know they got weird ideas. They had like 10 peripherals like in 1 year, but
all right, so here's some moves. The Dragon Trap for Xavier. Hold back, and this says T plus.
T is towards.
T is toward.
Yeah.
And plus.
What?
I don't know what plus means.
Well, there. I mean, I threw a snake at him.
All right, so that's a dragon, I guess. That's the dragon trap. Okay, snap back.
I like that it's called Dragon Trap, like Wonder Boy in the Dragon's Trap it was on my top 10 best Switch games of last year. So,
It's
top
Sega
12,
game.
I guess.
It might be a reference, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a Master System game.
How about the snapback? This is hold back. T plus X plus Y plus.
Well, I don't have
Z.
X or Y, so I can't do that.
So yeah, this.
I got
Okay,
A,
this.
like
Okay, this is
ABC.
immediately a faulty game facts. This is defaulting to the 6-button controller. We only
Which
have
I don't
the
even
3-button
have.
controller here
Yeah.
right now.
I should have never paid $3 for this game. I should have been like, no, that is too much. I will not purchase this game, sir. I mean, yes, I will. I want Eternal Champions.
Okay, here's one you can do. The attract and smack. This is A plus B plus C.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Yeah, there it is. Get over here.
That's what that is. It's the get over here.
This is what Double Dragon does, too, on the arcade. Like, if you do something, they, like, automatically dodge it. Like, they stand, like, a millimeter away from your fist. It's really
It's
annoying.
cheap.
It's what you call bad AI. This is what we had in the 90s.
All right, confusion spell. This
You know,
is A plus C. Try
before the worst AI movie. Or AI, which was the AI movie. That's what I was trying to say.
All right, next round. Try A plus C. This is the confusion spell.
All right, I'm already confused. Oh, wait, it's not for me.
Oh, you blocked it.
You were confused.
I remember this
You
one
were the
now.
most confused ever. You were afraid of everything.
Yep.
Oh,
this
wait,
is
now
one
he's
of the
green.
moves. Yep.
Oh, does it, like, mess up his control? Which doesn't matter because he's a computer.
Messes up his control. Yep.
Yeah. If it was an actual person, it would matter more.
All right, that's all the special moves. Let's try some of the normal moves here.
What is it, like, hit C and you do a thing? I mean, that's what normal move is, right? I don't understand. I'm, like, kicking him, and he's, like, you know... I'm kicking him, and I'm losing life. This is like life, you know. It's like I'm trying to do well, but somehow I'm not here. That's what this is.
All right, some of these moves are being oversold by their names here. The powerful toe sweep is down plus C.
Powerful toe sweep.
Try that powerful toe sweep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've done that before, because I know how to win at fighting games. You gotta like do jump kicks and kick shins, you know. So I have done that move a couple times. Oh, well, there's a slider.
Ooh, the jumping power kick up plus C.
Here it is.
It was
You're
so
seeing
powerful.
it right there.
Wow. I'm blown away by the power.
Wow. I really wish that I don't understand why I can't. I can't go back ever. This is this perpetual. This is what we have. The torment of Eternal Champions. Eternal torment.
This is the the reason we wanted to make this video was to display how poor we are at Eternal Champions.
No, I thought that you would show me some shit because you,
you
talked
thought
about
wrong.
Eternal Champions a bunch of times.
You thought wrong. You thought maybe that with 20 odd years of experience, I might be good at Eternal Champions.
Yeah, I mean this is my first time playing Eternal Champions, and
in
I'm
fact,
just doing
we're
jump kicks and knee and shin kicks,
playing
because
about the same,
Because this is how I play fighting games.
Okay, so here's my excuse. When I was a kid, I didn't have a sibling who really played video games too much. I mean, to a degree, my sisters played with
I won one.
early Nintendo
What
games
up?
and everything.
Player
but
one.
by the time Eternal Champions and the Genesis came around, I think it was really my hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really had somebody to play against.
You didn't have friends?
consistently. I had friends, but nobody had it. I was the guy who had the Genesis. Everybody else had the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a friend that had a Genesis, and we did both. Like, I brought the Super Nintendo to his house. He brought the Genesis to my house. We did both. Like, we played both of them. That's how we did it. You never packed up the Genesis and brought it to somebody's house, and you were like, "Hey, check out this game I got."
I never did.
That's how we did it.
I think I got the Genesis because, everybody else had the Super Nintendo. I wanted to get the different things so I could try the different games.
Mm-hmm.
and it never really worked out that like people came over to play the Genesis. You know what I mean? Like the Super Nintendo, I'll admit, was the better system, and I got it late in the game too. I got it in 1993, like late '93, and then of course I got the N64 just 3 years later. So I got it late into the cycle, and I can't remember really sitting down with a bunch of people and playing the Genesis.
You didn't get the 64 until like 99?
No, I got it in 96.
Oh, okay.
96. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but it came out in 96.
Yeah, I got it the first day. So the 64 was for me the system that like brought everybody together, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
a 4-player.
like the milkshakes.
Yeah.
Everybody in the yard.
Right. It was 4-player. I was the first one of my friend group to have it, and so everybody came over and played it over there. The Genesis, for me, it was like the system that I played by myself. It wasn't like come over and play Eternal Champions, you know? Everybody else was kind of on Super Nintendo. But I got it because I wanted to try something different from what my friends had. And so for that, it served me well. I got the Sonic games, I got the Eternal Champions, and I really enjoyed it. I like the Genesis a lot. Yep. But you just got your Genesis, what, last year?
Yeah, I got it last April at the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah.
Because I always
$20?
$20, yeah.
And you got the Model 2?
I believe so.
This is the Model 2.
It was the newer
yep.
model, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Model 2. This is the one that I got. I kind of want a Model 1, to be honest. I mean, I like the design of it. It's just very...
well, I was looking for one. Let's do an experiment real quick.
What's up?
How about you hit the reset button, and let's see if that destroys our record here or not.
All right, we're going to try it.
Because I'm tired of Xavier and his dumb rogue. I want to try, because isn't there a dude that looks like Triton on here?
Yep, there is.
Yeah, it's from the Inhumans.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
let's
so
try.
we're going to hit reset and see what happens. Let's go.
All right, hopefully it'll keep going, so I don't know. Nothing. All right, cool. Nothing happened.
The reset button does not work.
It does. It should work.
I'm hitting reset.
Oh god, really?
Yeah, I am.
Oh wow. We are in the eternal champions hell.
We're in hell.
We are in the eternal darkness of eternal champions here is basically where we are.
Let's try hitting power.
Yeah, but if we hit power, we'll definitely lose the stream.
Okay.
I just wanted to not be. This is, I don't know. Sega, let me tell you, you are the king of bad designing in games. You are no good. Maybe the reset button just doesn't work on.
Yeah,
Eternal
friend,
Champions.
I hate to inform you, your reset button is broken.
No, it isn't because we used it earlier to start the game. We did hit reset.
All right, I'm going to ask the audience to just listen for the clicking of the reset button to confirm I'm hitting the reset button.
No, I mean I know that you are. I'm watching it.
Yeah, here we go. Nothing is happening.
It's so weird. I'm gonna have to find that MGC guy this year and be like, hey man, my Genesis is great, but the reset button doesn't work on Eternal Champions. Like, what the fuck? Why does it not do that?
I want you to refund me that $20 and why not give me another 10? How about that for the reset button? All right, so I'm
this game is so sad.
Now, and we're gonna.
We might have to just call it a day on this one then.
I don't know.
And move to a better game. I mean, we're at like 20 minutes, but.
So I think this is. Hold on, I have to defend Eternal Champions. This is a fun game.
This
is a good game.
You have to defend why that you can't get a game over ever. I mean, that's like bad game design there. Let's make a game where you never get a game over ever. You're not and you can't hit reset. Reset doesn't work on this game for some reason. I don't know.
You never. So you go back to the previous guy. So how about that? You can never the game wants you to keep playing. I think that's a good game.
But if you've never defeated the first guy, you will just fight Slash forever and ever and ever. I don't think I even saw. Did I even see the title screen on this? I don't even remember. Did we get that at the beginning of the game?
We did.
Okay. That was so far away that I feel like it never happened.
I'm going to put in a serious effort now. I've just been practicing. I'm going to put in a serious effort.
Well,
Here we go.
You've seen the stuff. You've seen the moves. You understand how to do it.
I understand. I remember now. A and C. Let's try that.
Yeah, I did that one.
Confusion spell.
It confused me. I mean, well, it should be confusing him. But see, confusion spells, they don't really work for it. Well, I mean, it's for the computer. Yeah,
You're confused.
He doesn't know how to hit you. You're doing great. You're doing great, man.
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm in your corner here. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. There was a sequel for the Sega CD, which I've never played.
Oh, it's Eternal Champions CD. I was hoping to get the Sega CD eventually, but it's not cheap. It's like $100.
Challenge from the Dark Side. It's not cheap, and it's also way more violent from what I've seen.
Well, because I have the Spider-Man game, which was part of the reason that I got the Genesis. But the Spider-Man Sega CD game is way cooler. Because it has hilarious cutscenes in it.
I would love to get a Sega CD. I've always wanted one.
Well, you don't have a TV.
I don't have a TV. This is true.
Let alone a CRT.
I would love to get a TV. I've always wanted one. Yep.
You need to get that mobile GameCube thing. It's only $30. Maybe they'll have it at the exchange tomorrow.
I want to be like that kid sitting in the back of the van.
Yeah, you can play it in the car. It has an adapter even. You can plug it into the fucking cigarette lighter. I don't think I've ever done this bad in any fighting game, and I played a lot of fighting games.
So how do you think of this? I mean, you played a lot of fighting games.
I have.
What's your opinion of Eternal Champions?
I mean, the starting difficulty is pretty awful.
Yeah.
I mean, even like in a game where I didn't know any of the moves, I could still like kind of jump my way through things.
I'm about to win. There we go. I won one.
Yeah, you got one.
How about that?
Wah!
Xavier wins.
Flipped it around. Held
what
it.
That says.
He's like, wah.
Also, in my defense, I haven't picked up a Genesis controller in maybe 5 years.
Well, you know, I thought it would be fun, and I guess I was wrong on this.
Well, I am
prediction.
having fun.
I was like, we'll try Eternal Champions, but I didn't know that it was the 25th anniversary of Streets of Rage, which we'll play that at some point. Whenever we're tired of this, that's what we'll
be on the lookout for that
next.
Eternal Champion, or excuse me, that Streets of Rage stream.
Well, you're watching this on YouTube. You'll find the other one, I'm sure. Just look at YouTube/Fingmater. You'll find it on there. FINGMATER.
Ooh.
And, you know, subscribe, because if we have enough subscribers, we can change our name from Fingmater to NintenDomain. But I can't do it until I have a certain amount of subscribers, so you can help with that.
So can you explain for the viewers the meaning behind Fingmater?
Oh, Fingmater?
Yeah.
Fingmater is pretty hilarious, actually.
Okay.
This will make this stream worth watching. So Fingmater, do you remember so I'm asking it directly to you, John, but maybe the viewers remember this. Do you remember a website called Hot or Not? Did you ever go to that? HotOrNot.com?
Yep.
Okay, so HotOrNot.com was a place where you looked at a lot of pictures of people.
Yep.
And you either clicked on Hot or Not.
Oh, yeah.
And
whoa! Oh, there it is.
Did you get eaten?
I got eaten. That's the
wow,
move.
that's Slash's move. Crazy.
Wow,
So
Slash is having none of us. He's like, come on, guys.
And he
stop playing me.
spit out your fucking thing. So, yeah, we got something out of this.
Yeah, wow.
So, Hot or Not was the thing where you got voted on or whatever. And in order to... This was back in the day where there's no Facebook, there's no MySpace, there was no... Maybe there's GeoCities, but who used that?
Like 1999.
It was around then, yeah. So like Jeremy and I, Jeremy of NintenDomain, you've heard his voice. We wanted to put our pictures on Hot or Not to see like how well we could do because we thought it'd be hilarious. So you had to make a website with your photo on it. Is what you had to do to get on Hot or Not. So like we went to like GeoCities or Angel Fire or something like that, and we made like a really shitty website. And it was asking you, like, what do you want the title to be? What do you want this other thing? And Jeremy was like, it doesn't fucking matter. So, like, he typed in effing matter, but spelled wrong. So then when the website came up, it said in big letters, Fingmater. And we thought it was the most hilarious thing of all time. And that's why that became a a term that we used multiple times.
Yep.
Because we thought it was the most fucking funniest thing we've ever seen, and we laughed our ass off just looking at it, big letters, Fingmater, because it basically means doesn't fucking matter, but we spelled it wrong, and in the end it came out as that. So that's where Fingmater came from.
And I remember you,
and we thought it was hilarious,
using that for various things since I've ever known you.
I did. I used it in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
For Mayterio was the town.
And I've known you since like 2001 or two, I think.
No, I moved to Chicago in 2002 for Columbia, so you probably met me around there.
Yeah. I never really had a clear idea on why you used Fingmater, but now I know.
Now you know. It was just I gave you the whole story about Hot or Not and Fingmater and all that. And we thought that was fucking hilarious, so Fingmater became the name of everything after that.
Fingmater.
Because it was a hilarious thing that we accidentally made. And it was
For some
just
reason,
like,
I thought it was a trauma thing.
No, that's where it came from, was our making our fucking Hot or Not website. Yeah. It was like the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
So for those of you listening, please go to hotornot.com, look up Fingmater, and give Trey a rating.
Is this Hot or Not even exist anymore?
I think it does. I went there maybe like 2 or 3 years ago just to check it out, because I like you, I went on there, about 1999. And
well, because in the 90s you could actually buy a shirt. You could like order a shirt that has your rating on it, and you can be like,
you could just wear
I
it
got
around
this
town.
rating on Hot or Not. Yeah,
so you should like me.
Yeah, and it was like, that's hilarious. And I was just like curious. I was like, let's put ourselves on there, see what they say. It's funny as shit. And I remember there were pictures that were obviously like airbrushed and fake. Like there were pictures of girls that looked like stick figures or whatever. Like it was dumb. Like there were obviously pictures that were totally fake on there.
Right.
And sometimes sometimes you're like, you want to like fight for humanity, and you just say like hot to everyone. You don't want to be positive. Right. I would do that too. I'd just be like, it's like I never did Tinder because thankfully I got a girlfriend before that. But some people I knew of, they got drunk and they would just swipe whatever one's the good one, left or right. Is it right or left?
Right. Right is positive.
Okay.
You want them.
They would just swipe right, like just indefinitely forever. They would just swipe right on everything and hope that somebody would call them. That's how pathetic our society is now. But no, I had a friend that I worked with at a bar that did that. And hey, you won. There we go.
Got him.
I distracted you, and then you turned into that fucking dude. So
I turned hot.
You turned into a dude with the ponytail. I was so hoping that you would go to a different guy other than Beastman here.
What I remember of Hot or Not was...
It's like a NintenDomain's best video. Xavier fights Beastman forever.
Turns hot.
And Beastman fights Beastman for eternity. It's going to be hilarious for me to even post this. It's going to be like... NintenDomain plays Eternal Darkness or Eternal Champions.
Eternally.
Sort of. They basically play one match over and over and over again because this game... You can't get a game over. It's great. You can never get a game over, so it's totally worth it.
Oh boy! What I remember of Hot or Not was I went on there.
Eternal Champions plays it until the end of the world.
I was on there, and I rated a couple different people, and I think you could I think they had some kind of rudimentary communication system, like if you happen to be in the same neighborhood or whatever, then you could notify that person.
Oh, you could meet people? I don't remember anything like that.
Something like that. Well, anyway, so I rated this girl, and I didn't think anything of it, but then I went to Columbia, and she ended up living in the same dorm.
Oh, weird.
And she was like, "Oh, I recognize you."
From Hot or Not?
From Hot or Not. And I rated her hot, but in person I didn't really find her all that attractive.
Oh.
And yeah. So she kind of tried to further that from the website to something else, and I didn't know how to handle it nicely, but I didn't find her attractive. But yeah.
You just went back and just said not a bunch of times, try to change her number.
Yep. So what do you say about after this match?
I'm ready for Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage?
We've definitely not done well at all on this.
No, not at all. We have not, for the record, we have not gotten past the first guy in Eternal Champions.
No, we played Eternal Champions eternally.
Forever.
Yeah.
In fact, I suggest
It's like The
you,
Simpsons, where like they feed Homer the donuts until he explodes. Like that's basically what it is.
You should play this video on a loop forever.
Or an even better thing. Robert Kirkman, the guy who wrote Walking Dead.
Yep.
He wrote an incredible comic called The Battle Pope. I don't know if you ever read that. I have it. It's great.
Battle Pope. Why haven't they made that into a video game? I don't know.
Or a movie, or a show, or whatever. It's gonna be way better than the AMC bullshit that's on there. But anyway, he wrote a comic called Battle Pope, and a Battle Pope basically exists in the, it's basically the world ends and God gives up on humanity, so he decides to let hell reign the earth, and Pope.